Hello vlog family. I am just here on our local main canal, the Grand Union Canal, and I am actually walking to get a wax appointment done on my legs and armpits. It's been a little while. It's been like before Christmas, and so I'm very hairy, and it's so funny to me. Both of the baby boys that I nanny right now yesterday pointed out my leg hair to me. And neither one of them can talk yet. And I was wearing overalls that had like long pants, and but like of course I like sit down and I'm like crawling around and playing with them and stuff, and both of them managed on like this big of a gap between my sock and the bottom of my pants when I was sitting down to notice how long my leg hair was. And the younger one, he just turned 10 months, and his little like thing that he does when he notices something, he like points at it and then he looks at you and goes, ooh. And he pointed at my leg hair and he goes, ooh. And I was like, yes, Ellison, my leg hair is long. So anyways, I'm off to get that waxed, which always makes me feel super fresh and clean. And I just thought it was so beautiful that I wanted to show you guys. I think spring has sprung here in London, which is so wonderful, such a good feeling. And after this, I am going to be going to rehearsal. I'm choreographing tonight for, I don't remember if I told you guys this, but I stepped in also as the assistant choreographer for the second half of the show, because we had 2 assistant choreographers drop out for different reasons, and I've worked with our choreographer before as the assistant choreographer and dance captain, and she just asked me if I would step in because she wanted to have someone that she was familiar with and that she knew wouldn't step out. So I stepped in, and the number we're doing tonight is Heaven is a Place on Earth, and I'm choreographing that one on my own, but it's going to be super fun. And again, I'll put the ticket link down below if anyone from our vlog family wants to come see the show. It would be great to have you guys there. Other than that, I think this is just my little check-in of the day, and I just wanted to show you guys how gorgeous all of this is. As I am the primary editor of our vlogs currently, I am going to try a new, I don't know what the right word is, but kind of a new system of vlog lengths where I'm gonna post shorter vlogs unless we just have so much content and it's all from like one day that we end up posting a longer one. But I'm noticing, because right now I just edit all of them on iMovie, I'm not super professional, that my computer is like struggling with like storage space and all of that stuff when we do the hour-long vlogs. So I recently posted a 30-minute one, and then I'm posting one of all stuff that ANDREA filmed without me when he was working on the fireplace, and then we have our little foraging day one. So let me know in the comments how you guys like the differing lengths of videos, and we'll just kind of flow with however they flow. But yeah, we'll kick off this vlog with this little monologue from me, this beautiful spring day, and let's see what we flow into for the rest of the time. gosh, I totally forgot, and I'm realizing that this way of filming it is not really working that well, but I forgot to share some things in my little monologue. So one is that if you guys already know me prior to this vlog, you'll know that I have a passion for fashion, but if you don't know me prior to the vlog, then you might not. But anyways, I do. I love clothes, I love fashion, I love style, and so I'm gonna share a little bit more about that kind of thing with you guys here, and hopefully you enjoy it. If not, you can just fast forward through those parts. Hi, swans. I love the swan pairs that go up and down. Yeah, hi, how are you? You're very beautiful. And I want to share with you guys also some like finds, some things maybe about skincare, hair care, health. Like I said, we already did our little thing about water, and like food, health, all of that kind of stuff, but also health in regards to like skin care and hair care, and just good finds that I have. And I wanted to share one of them with you right now, which you can kind of see. It's this, and it is a phone case with this little ring that goes around it, or this like rope. And I had my phone stolen from me out of my hand a few months ago while I was just walking down the street. I was actually about to go into a dance class, and a guy on a bicycle rode past, grabbed my phone out of my hand, and I was super lucky in a lot of ways. My phone was already kind of going downhill, and it was right around Black Friday, so I got to get a new phone on the Black Friday sale, so that helped. And you know, there were so many things that, like, I wasn't hurt in any way, but I was slightly traumatized, and I've noticed that since then I have fear when I'm like a pedestrian, which when you're someone that lives in a city like London, you're a pedestrian a lot. So and obviously with all the studies of the universal laws that I do, I know that the more that you think about something and the more that you're afraid of it, the more that you're likely to attract it back into your life. So then I got in this spiral of, oh my God, I don't want to attract another like robbery or whatever. And then I saw on the street outside of the house, one of the houses where I nanny, I saw a woman who had a guy on a moped. He rode past, he tried to take her phone, and she had one of these, so he couldn't get it, and he pushed her, he like shoved her, and it was like, I was like, holy shit. So I ran over to her and I was like, are you okay? And she said yes. And anyways, but because she had one of these, her phone didn't get stolen because it was like slung around her arm. So what I like was like, okay, I really want to get one of those as well, because I feel like it will help me to mitigate this fear I have of being mugged or like being stolen. So I got this phone case, and obviously you can't really see it because I'm filming on my phone, but it's basically just a purple phone case. It looks like a normal phone case, and it's the same color that I had, which was one of the reasons that I was sad, because I really liked the color of my phone case before. And then it has this little rope that goes through it, and then you can tie the rope to whatever length you want, and then you just put it through like this. So I just put my arm through it, and then you have it like through one arm and around your neck, so it goes like a crossbody bag. And if you're someone that does a lot of walking in a big city where there are potentials to be like mugged or stolen from, I think that this is a really good option. It's also just really nice because then you don't have to keep taking your phone in and out of your pocket or in and out of your purse. So yeah, I'm gonna link it down below, but I think it was like £9 on Amazon, so it was really, really affordable. They have a bunch of different colors, and it's just helping me feel a little bit more secure. So I like that. So in case you're someone that wanted that, I'll link it for you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our slightly messy home. I just wanted to share with you guys something new that we're trying. So I've been wanting to do this for a little while with Mr. M. But yeah, I guess timing and flow and all of that stuff. So he is like a super picky eater. He rejects most cat foods, and it's so funny. There's one brand of like shitty cat food that he likes, which is gourmet. And then other than that, he like won't eat even the most premium cat foods. I've tried so many different brands, and basically what we've come to realize that he'll eat is canned tuna and water, like for humans. His favorite thing in the world is shrimp. He loves shrimp. And then he'll eat this one brand of shitty cat food, but he'll only eat certain flavors. He's more of like a seafood flavor guy. And then he'll eat some boiled chicken. And anyways, it's just really hard to like feed him like that all the time. And my animal communicator guy, Michael, who is amazing. If you are an animal person, if you have an animal in your home that's a part of your family, and you have any questions or like any behavioral problems or anything, or you just want to connect with them, I'll link Michael's website down below. I highly recommend getting a session with Michael. It's life-changing. It's totally changed my life. And I'm having him on my radio show next week, which I'll also link to. But anyway, he suggested to me a while ago that to try transitioning him to raw food. And it's taken me a while to do it, because it's obviously, it takes some work to do raw because you're dealing with raw meat. And so you have to make sure that you don't let it expire and all of that kind of stuff. So anyways, but we finally did it. I found a brand on Amazon that's actually a UK brand, small business, which I love. It's called Cotswold Raw, and they do dog food and cat food. And so I ordered some, and it just came, and we are going to start attempting to switch Mr. M over to raw food. So what you do is you're supposed to gradually add the raw food into whatever food they're already eating, little by little, until you can fully make the switch. So I'm going to today just add a little bit to his food, and fingers crossed that it goes well. All right, so here on the package it says, Cotswold Raw Complete Meals provides all the building blocks for a natural and biologically appropriate raw diet. Our easy to proportion mince is made in the Cotswolds using fresh seasonal ingredients, and our aim is to deliver the convenience of a processed food with all the health benefits of fresh and varied raw diet. High in protein, vitamins, minerals, essential amino acids, fatty acids, and the natural enzymes required for a happy and healthy life. So this one is the chicken one, because he does kind of like chicken. Yeah, you're going to get a new food, my baby. You want to try it? So it says British chicken with bone, chicken heart, chicken liver, sea kelp, milled flaxseed, beet pulp, copra. Yeah, you excited? Sunflower and linseed oil, molasses, mineral, and premix. So this is the food that he currently likes, but it's really not healthy. And so I don't really love feeding it to him, but it's like the only packaged food that he'll eat. And of course, when we give him like things like tuna, that doesn't have like taurine and some of this stuff. All right, so here's the new raw food. I'm just going to take a little scoop like this, and I'm just going to kind of like mix it in and see how this goes. He seems excited. You seem excited down there. Are you excited? Are you excited? Come on. Come on, Mommy's got a new food for you to try. Oh my gosh, I hope he really likes it. Let's get the lights on so we can see. Yeah. Oh, you like it? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, you're getting some camera fright. I'll put some prawns on top as well. All right, well, I mixed it in with some prawns and some of the raw meat, the new raw food, and he is at least licking it. So that's a good start, I would say. Better than a lot of starts we've had. I have literally tried doing almost every one of the like healthy advertised Instagram cat foods. I've tried Untamed, we've tried Catkin, and he literally wouldn't touch any of them. Or I think Untamed, there was one flavor that he would eat, but when you're paying for a box of like 6 flavors and then he's only eating one of them, it's not worth your money, you know, because all of these healthy cat foods are quite expensive. So anyways, I'm gonna leave that for him for the day. And yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that you're gonna like it? Yeah, you think you're gonna like it? I think you'll like it if you give it a try. Can I have a boop? Boop. Says, no, mama. Okay, I love you. Oh yeah, he says I want to play with your phone. Yeah. Hi everyone. Okay, I can't remember if I did this like more explicitly. I know I talked about my homemade electrolyte mix, but I just wanted to come on and share it with you guys more officially. So what I've been doing for the past few weeks, which feels really good in my body, is making this homemade electrolyte mix. As I explained in a previous video, I believe, especially if you live in a place like London, our tap water is shit, to say the least. And so when you drink the water, you're actually not necessarily hydrating yourself, because the water has so much crap in it, and because tap water has not been remineralized. So when they filter water, they strip it of minerals along with bacteria and stuff, but then unless you're drinking mineral water, it's not remineralized to have the minerals that we actually need to feel hydrated. So I have been making a homemade electrolyte mix for myself over the past few weeks, and I will say that it feels really good when I drink it, and that's all I can really vouch for at this time. So I'm about to head to the gym and I'm going to make it. So this is just a 1.5 liter water bottle I got from the store. I know that plastic water bottles are not the best, but I keep getting like nice metal ones, and then I keep losing them. I'm really bad at like forgetting water bottles places, and I do really like this 1.5 liter one, because I just know that I need to drink 2 of these a day, and that's my water intake, because my minimum intake for myself is 3 liters a day. That's a whole nother chapter, but basically we should all be drinking minimum 3 liters of water per day, because the first liter of our water simply goes toward brain function, and then it kind of works its way out. So it goes brain, organs, into our tissues and into our muscles. And if we don't drink enough water, basically what happens is we don't actually rehydrate our muscles, and we don't actually give hydration to our muscles for muscle recovery, because our body will always prioritize our brain, and then it will prioritize our heart and our lungs and our liver and all the other organs. So if you're not drinking 3 liters of water a day, your muscles actually aren't reaching hydrated. They're not reaching a hydrated point, and then they can start to disintegrate faster. More fun facts. So what I do is I have this little funnel. I put it there. First, I take my high quality sea salt. So this is Himalayan salt, and make sure that you're using really high quality salt. I linked in the last video some really good Celtic sea salt, and I'll link it again. That's a really good option, and it's pretty affordable if you ask me for the amount that you get. So I just grind a little bit of this into my funnel, and it goes into the water bottle. I already did a little bit before I started filming, so I'm not going to do that much, but I just grind a little bit of it. Then I take the juice of half of an orange or a lemon. You could also use a grapefruit or a lime for this, but I don't like those flavors as much, so I usually do orange or lemon. And then I just squeeze it in. Literally just juice it like this. Squeeze it into the funnel, and the juice will go in. And then I like to, because I like the flavor a lot, I just kind of scrape off the edges like this. And then this goes in the compost. And this is a little chunk of orange. I'm going to stick that in there. Then I will put in some honey. So then, and to be honest, I'm not super precious about my measurements of this. But you could be more exact and look up exact measurements if you want. But I'm just kind of going with the flow. So I'll just put maybe half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of honey. And the honey does take a little bit to dissolve. So at first it will just be like a blob in there, but then as you go, especially if you have a big bottle like this, it will dissolve as you carry it around or whatever. Also, again, make sure you're using high quality honey. So if you're just buying, like in the UK, a really common brand is Rossi. Not good. Actually, a fun fact about honey is like the really cheap honey you get from the grocery store is not actually honey. It's usually like melted sugar wax that they put a little bit of honey flavoring into, and then that's it. Or they put like a tiny bit of honey, but then they mix it with like this sugar syrup stuff. So it's not even real honey. So like this one that we were using is a Manuka honey. So that's from New Zealand. So it's actually not local, but Manuka honey is a really high quality honey that has a ton of healing properties and really good properties for the body. So if you can't find a local honey, finding a Manuka honey is a good option. It is expensive. And again, local honey is expensive. And to be honest, investing in your health is expensive. I think that that's something that if you're someone who's on a journey to want to become healthier and start living a healthier life, at the end of the day, unless you're someone that's so committed that you're going to start keeping your own bees and growing all of your own plants and having your own animals and stuff like that, you are just going to have to invest more money. And for me and Andrea, that's something that we've just made peace with. And we spend a huge proportion of our money every month on groceries because we buy all local, all organic, or as local as possible. We buy all organic, and we'll buy like raw milk. We get like the highest quality food that we can. And so for us, that is a and we do the same for Mr. M. We get him really high quality food. So for us, a large portion of our monthly budget goes toward food, but that's something that we would rather do because we would rather invest in our health long term than invest in material things. So that's just a little conversation that you can have with yourself to decide where your boundaries are. But if you're going to start taking on any of these health tips that I'm doing, I would say don't do them unless you're willing to invest in the good ingredients. Because, for example, if you're putting shitty honey and shitty salt in your water, it's actually going to be worse for you than making this homemade electrolyte mix, if that makes sense. Same with meat. Like, I was someone that was a vegetarian from the age of 9 to the age of 26. And then I started learning more about health and about our recovery and about the female, health for the female body. And I realized that it's much healthier to eat meat, but it's only healthier and better for the planet to eat meat if you're willing to buy local organic meat. So it's not better for yourself or the planet if you're just going to buy the cheapest meat at the grocery store because it's filled with hormones. It's like the farming practices are horrible, all of that stuff. But if you're willing to go and say buy like Dalesford, which is like a local British meat brand, they're all organic and they use good farming practices, then it's worth it because that's going to be healthier for your body. And it's actually true that healthier, at least in meats, again, I'm going on a bit of a health tangent, but it's true that in meats, when you eat meat that's organic and grass-fed, it gives your body monounsaturated fats, which are really healthy and easier for the body to break down. And when you buy and eat meat that is not organic and not grass-fed, that gives your body polyunsaturated fats, which polyunsaturated fats are unhealthy fats that are hard for your body to break down. So it literally does make a difference in your body. Not to mention the energy that you're taking in is much cleaner if you're taking in an animal that has been farmed with good farming practices, that's been raised in a pasture, that's had the space to roam, versus one that's been stuck in a cage or pumped full of hormones so that it grows faster to be butchered faster. Totally different energies. And one is actually really good for the planet because when there are farms that are using sustainable practices, having livestock is really good for the soil, like having that circle of life where they shit in the soil and having their hooves trod on the soil and stuff, and then having them eat the grass and all of that, it's really good for soil regeneration, and it's actually really good for the planet. It's not good for the planet when there's like hundreds of animals squished into one area and all of that stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? So a little caveat that I'm going to start sharing more health tips and more things that I know about leading a healthy lifestyle. It really only applies if you're willing to make that investment of getting high quality ingredients and really doing those high investments in your health. And maybe for you right now, like Andrea and I, we are not people that currently, this is hopefully changing, but right now we don't have like a ton of money in savings and stuff like that. Like I said, a huge portion of our monthly income goes towards our groceries so that we can have really high quality ingredients for our food. If you're someone that's like, I literally can't, and I encourage you guys to think about, like, people often make excuses as to why they can't do something, but then if you look at where they're like investing their money, there's actually so many places. Like, I have so many friends that tell lots of stories about how they can't afford to do this, that, and the other thing for their health, but then they smoke. And it's like, how much money do you spend every month on cigarettes or on weed that you're smoking? It's choosing your priorities, right? I know a friend who really wanted to invest in his healthy lifestyle, and so he gave up his Netflix subscription, he gave up his Amazon subscription. He really like sacrificed things so that he could be able to invest in higher quality groceries for himself. And he talks about all the time how it changed his life for the better, because he ended up sacrificing things that were kind of like unhealthy vices or unhealthy addictions. And he instead chose to invest that energy, because money is energy, right? So it's like, where are you investing your energy? Are you investing your energy in just watching TV every night and binge watching TV? That's one way to invest your energy. Or you could invest your energy in buying nice, like, high quality things for yourself. And maybe you don't watch TV at the end of the day. Maybe you journal at the end of the day, or maybe you end up going for a walk. You know, like, what are the habits that we can like replace, right? Like, if you have a bad habit that's sucking your energy, how could you replace that with something that's more positive and that's going to be a higher quality and more, beneficial investment of your energy? All right, that's my little soapbox. After you put all the ingredients in, you just fill it up with water and let it all mix together and dissolve. I'm off to the gym, and then I am going to, what am I doing today? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to come back. I'm going to work on singing, and then I'm going to see how I feel about doing a little bit of filming. And then I've got rehearsal tonight. If I have any time in between those things, I might do a tidy up of our house, or I might do some baking. I really, really want to bake. So Andrea actually just left for a ski trip with his friends. So I have the house to myself this weekend. So I think on Sunday I am going to have a baking day, and I'm so excited because I haven't gotten to bake in a really long time. But anyway, that's a little, that's what I might be up to today. And if there's anything that's worth showing you guys, then I will definitely bring you along for that. What's he doing up there? Look at you, kitty. Look at you. Are you back in your tree climbing era? Yeah? Oh, now we got a bum shot. Yeah. You're so sweet. Hey, okay, so continuing on our health sharing stuff. This is my shirt that I just partially took off because I'm about to put on a new deodorant that I got. So this just came in the mail, and I'm really, really excited to try it. It is called, it's deodorant from a brand called AKT Act. And I love it because it's actually made by two guys that used to be West End performers. And they made it because there was no deodorants that were natural and safe for the body, but that, actually worked basically when you were like sweating a lot like a performer. So they decided to make a deodorant business, and I've been getting YouTube ads for it for so long, and I was waiting until my other deodorant ran out, which I hated anyway, and so it finally did, and I got to get this one. So yeah, I'm really excited because in case you didn't know, again, in terms of health, a lot of deodorants have aluminum as an ingredient to help like neutralize sweat, and aluminum is actually really toxic when absorbed through the skin for us. There are known links to cancer, and especially breast cancer, because the armpits are so close to the breasts, and there are so many like lymph channels through your armpit, so things that you put into your armpit really get absorbed into your system. So it's important to use natural deodorant, and sometimes it can be hard to find a natural deodorant that works for you. I used to use this one that was made locally in London at Spitalfields Farm that I loved. It was called Armpit Balm, and they sold it at a little grocery store called Nourished Communities, which is close to one of the nannying jobs I have. But then they stopped carrying it, so I was like, damn it. And then I started getting these YouTube ads for this brand, so I tried a different brand in between, and I hated that one. So I'm really excited to try it. So they send you this little thing that helps you to not waste any, and you slide it on like this, and then you roll it up, and you get a little bit in. Whoop, I'm losing my little guy. Hi, love. Serum just came in. All right, there we go. Starting to come. Yay. Okay. Are you gonna come out? There we go. Okay, this is literally my first time using it, so you guys are like getting the full on. Ooh. Okay, so I got the Amber Violet and Tonka Bean scent. It's really nice. It's really like a light floral scent, and then you just rub it in. These are my freshly waxed armpits. I just got them waxed the other day, as you guys know, because I was talking to you. Oops, I dropped a little bit. Talking to you on the way there. Okay, so I've just rubbed it in. And now I'm gonna rub it in on the other side. So I'll get a little bit more out. I probably used a little bit more than what I needed there. The only downside is that it is expensive. I just went ahead and did the subscription service because it discounted it. And they gave you like a welcome discount as well. So I think it's like £25 with the subscription, and it's like every 6 to 8 weeks. So I guess sometimes you gotta pay the price, huh? Ooh, that is smelling lovely. All right, let's see how it goes. But yeah, if you are interested in switching to a natural deodorant, give it a shot. It also like looks very classy. Would you like a little bit of snacky? Oh, hello. Yes, you're getting very close. Aren't you ready? Oh, whoa. Okay. Are you ready? Oh, there you go. Oh, yes, you're so hungry. I've named them Sebastian and Sylvia. Yeah. There you go. Bon appetito, sweethearts. All right, just a little update on the raw diet conversion. So Raw Tiger, the stray cat that we feed, he's like kind of liking it. I'm putting a little bit of dry food with it, and he's liking that because he loves dry food. Luna, the neighbor cat, loved it. She's up there. Can you see her little head poking out over the shed? Mr. M, still not on the fence, but I am going to persist. I've decided I'm not giving up on it. I'm just going to keep mixing in a little bit with his food every day. That's just what we're going to do. All right, I am going to start doing some self-tapes now, but I wanted to give you an outfit of the day. Yes, okay. So this is my Beaufort and Blake quilted jacket, but I'm not actually wearing that in my self-tape. What I'm wearing for my self-tape is, I've got some earrings from Fossil that I've had for so long. They're like, I think I got them when I was in high school. I love them. I am wearing a long sleeve white shirt with these kind of ribbed patterns. I got this from a charity shop in Earl's Court, and I don't know what brand it is, but it's one of my favorite layering pieces. And then I've got a long skirt from Free People that I've also had for years. I think I got this skirt my senior year of high school. There we go. And then I've got on a pair of brown tights that are just from Tesco or Sainsbury's, I think. And I have these socks on, and then I actually just wear slippers while I'm self-taping because you're not gonna see my feet, and my feet get cold easily. So yeah, I just wear my slippers. I need to go and move a bunch of stuff out of the shed so that I can have our blank wall in the back, so I'm gonna do that first. Luckily it's a beautiful day. And today I'm wearing this look because I am going to be filming the song If This Is Love from The Notebook, the musical. It's really cute. Maybe I'll give you guys a little like quick sneak peek into my singing. And yeah, I'm filming it to go into my vocal reel, which then you send to people who might potentially hire you, and they can watch little clips of you singing different songs. And I have a voice lesson tomorrow with my voice teacher, who's amazing. And so I wanted to get this clip recorded so that I can show him and ask him for any feedback, or if he thinks it's like ready to go in my reel. And then if I have time, I'm gonna also re-record a song that I have currently in my reel that I had recorded once a while back from The Little Mermaid. It's called Beyond My Wildest Dreams. And when I had showed that to him, he said that my vocal was really good, but the acting choices I was making were a little bit too much. Typical. So he was like, you should re-record that because your voice sounds really good, but the acting choices would, I think, off-put a casting director. So just like re-record it to calm down a little bit and do that one again. So those are my to-dos for today in terms of filming. And then I'm going to practice. I'm performing Stairway to Heaven on Saturday night at an open mic with a friend of mine. So I'm going to go through that song. And then I've got rehearsal tonight, so I'm guessing that will take me up to rehearsal. All right. Good morning, everyone. I am looking a bit rough this morning, but look at the sun. It's so gorgeous. We had our fundraiser for the show that I am currently rehearsing for last night, and we did an open mic. Yes. So I had a late one, and got to have a little, oh yeah. Mr. M says, Mom, I pay with the cord of your phone case. But I feel so, I don't know what the right word is, or if this is gonna come off right, but it's like the most luxurious thing in the world to me to have nothing to do today. I so rarely have a day where I have nothing to do, and I'm so excited. So I'm now currently on a walk with Mr. M, and we are awaiting our Ocado grocery order. And my top priority for the day, honestly, is to spend quality time with Mr. M, because the last 2 days I've been really busy. So in fact, mid recording that little video for you guys, our Ocado order showed up, so I had to pause and go receive that. But anyways, I was just saying that I'm really excited. Today is a day I have completely to myself. I have no plans, which is very rare in my life and very exciting for me. I'm prioritizing being with Mr. M because we haven't gotten to spend that much time together the last 2 days, and Andrea's gone as well, so he's been kind of like not alone because he hangs out with our neighbor cats and stuff, but I really want to be with him, so I'm hanging out with him right now. And then I think I'm going to go to the gym because I do at least 3 gym sessions a week, and this week so far I've done 2 in a dance class, so I want to get my 3rd gym session in. And then I want to clean our boat because it is getting messy again. But I don't know if I'm going to do a super deep clean. I might just do a lighter clean this week. And then I think I'm going to bake, because I am someone who I am super into Pinterest still. And I don't know if that's a millennial thing or if that is normal for people of all ages, but I was of the generation where Pinterest was like a big thing for like crafty girlies, which I'm definitely a crafty girly. And so I love Pinterest. I love just like scrolling and saving pins and getting inspiration. And I have been getting so much inspiration around fun things to make lately. I've been getting inspiration around body products I want to try making. Okay, and then our neighbor's dog came over to say hi. So we have had a few interruptions, but that is okay. It's just a beautiful day, and that's the beautiful thing about having nothing to do, is it doesn't really matter if you get interrupted or anything. But anyways, Mr. M and I are out on our walk. I think I'm gonna do some baking from a Pinterest recipe later today, and I'm getting interested in making, doing some more DIY like body products. So I'm gonna play with that, or you know, kind of start planning, because you do have to plan a little bit of that sort of thing. Oh, hello! Did you come? Did you follow? Yeah, did you follow? So yeah, that's what's on the docket for today, and I will share as I go. All right, guys, sending a little check-in update. So I have just spent the morning, really like tidying up the boat, which I'm pretty happy with. I didn't do a full mop, but I swept everything and I cleaned off the kitchen counters. I have all my baking stuff set out, but I need to go to the store and get some plain Greek yogurt because I got vanilla this week, and I need to get some vanilla extract because I'm gonna make a Earl Grey loaf with orange icing. I'm super excited. It's a really cute, it looks like a really delicious recipe that I've been wanting to try on my Pinterest. And then I'm still going to go to the gym later, and I'm going to finish vacuuming the rug off and the sofa. But I just have been doing all this cleaning and organizing and stuff and listening to some podcasts, and I am feeling really inspired to get this last freaking coat of Cozy Glow on our ceiling, because we've got, well, I don't know if it'll be the last coat, but this will be the third coat, and then we'll see how it looks after this and decide if we need a fourth. But we've had this tray of paints and paintbrushes sitting on our kitchen table for so long, and I want to put it away so badly. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to just paint the ceiling now so that I think I will finish the paint can, so then I'll be able to chuck the paint can and put away the brushes and have that space a little bit more free, because I'm really desiring that at the moment. I think it's like the spring energy. I'm wanting to like get this cleanliness going for us. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll put you guys on a little time lapse, and then after that I am gonna finish up the vacuuming, and I'm going to start baking. Yay! So I just finished doing the third coat of paint on our ceiling. I think it looks pretty good. I do think we're gonna need one more coat, a fourth coat. And the funny thing is I didn't even finish the paint, which is, excuse me, slightly maddening, but it's okay. I still got it done, which feels good. And yeah, now I am going to move on to making the Earl Grey loaf. So yeah, time to pop to the shop, as they say in the UK. And I'm rhyming without meaning to. But I'm going to pop to the shop, get some yogurt, get some vanilla, and then I'll come back and bake. And then I am tired because I drank wine for the first time in a month last night, and I'm like bleh today. So I think after when the thing is in the oven, I might take a little nap, and then I might do like an evening gym session, which is so not like me, but whatever. Treat yourself. Everyone, I'm filming while my phone's plugged in, so excuse me if the angle isn't great, but I guess we still don't have great angles in the boat. I think eventually I want to build like little vlogging shelves, but whatever. Ingredients. We have... I ended up having to get sheep yogurt because that was all they had, and let's see how it goes. Flour, sugar, tea, salt, baking powder, vanilla is over there. I didn't bring it to this table yet. And some eggs, of course. And this is a recipe that I got off of Pinterest. I'll look at the website that it's from. It's from a blog. But yeah, I'm going to share it as I go. So let's bake. All right. This is going to be our angle for today. It's not the greatest, but we're still, as you guys have seen from our vlogs, we got a lot going on in this family. And until you guys share our vlogs enough and boost us up enough that we can make money from this endeavor, we just got to do other things as well. So our projects, they can be a little bit slow. Oh, this is already ground tea. I don't have to grind it up. Amazing. Okay, so I was going to grind up some tea, but I don't have to. So let's see what the next step is. At last, we are going to grease this baking pan. Cake pan. And I won't lie, and by we I mean I, totally bought into like the whole Our Place obsession with the Always Pans, Perfect Pot, and we got their baking trays as well. And I would give it like a B minus, C plus, to be honest. Like the thing that I found, I really love the Perfect Pot. I think that Perfect Pot is amazing. And I would also buy it in a smaller size if it wasn't so spendy. Okay, that's my pan greased. I'm going to set it over here. But the thing is that okay, so now I'm going to add 2 eggs. So I'm going to be talking and then doing all of this, but whatever. That's what you're signing up for if you're watching our vlog. You're signing up to watch me talk and do shit. My take on Our Place, 1 egg, and then 2 eggs, is that the pot is amazing, and I would buy it in a smaller size as well if I needed another small pot, but we have one currently. But the pan is like, it is not nonstick for me. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with it, but like I don't experience it as being a nonstick pan. I experience things as sticking to it for sure. And oh my God, okay, fun fact about me is that I can't bake in the metric system. I can't do it. So I always have to Google the cup conversions. Okay, so it's 200 grams of sugar, which is 1 cup of sugar. Cool. Yeah, I experience it as being a sticky pan. And so we always have to put butter or oil in ours to cook with it, which is fine. I actually don't mind that as long as it's not toxic, which it is not toxic. But the thing is that then the butter or oil that we get oftentimes like stains the pan this like brown color, and then we get these marks on it that are really ugly. And the whole point of getting an Always pan, let's all just be honest, is to have a cute pan. It's not, because there are 1,000,001 ugly non-toxic pans out there. So we could definitely go buy one of those, and they would definitely be cheaper. But we're all buying the Always pan because it's cute and it comes in fun colors. And the color on the bottom gets screwed after a little while. And then the color inside doesn't stay nice either, at least in my cooking experience. So if you have an always pan and you're doing something different and you have some wisdom to share with me, please share it with me, because I would be so open to learning. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't think I would buy it again. I think when we need new pans, I want to go and just get some cast iron skillets. That's kind of my vibe. Oops. This is going to be a slightly rough video. Sorry, guys, because I am not a professional vlogging setup. Okay, so I just did a cup of sugar and 2 eggs. Now I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I always think of when I was young and at daycare, there were one of the kids that went to daycare with me said Valena instead of vanilla. And it was so cute. And I always think of that. I was like, Valena. Shout out Michaela if you're listening to this. Okay. Whisk until pale and light. Okay, and we are old-fashioned whiskers in this house. Look how cute my little whisk is. Whisking, whisking, whisking. In the bowl we're whisking. Doo -doo 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 -doo. This already smells yummy. Alright. Oh shoot, I didn't get vegetable oil, but I'm gonna use... What do we have? We have olive oil or sesame oil? Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna use one of those. So I'm not going back out. Alright. We'll do a little check-in on what the mixture looks like. It's like a little sugary, eggy joy. Okay. Next step, hello, is oil. So we are adding the oil and the yogurt. Let's see, how much oil do I need to add? 180 milliliters again. I don't understand what that means. 0.7. 180. 0.78. So that would be the equivalent of 2/3 cup. That seems like a lot of oil. Oh well. If I mess this up, you guys will get to laugh at me. Pure sesame oil. Edible oil. Okay, good. That's what I was looking for. This is one of Andrea's like lamp oils, but it says it's edible oil. Wait, I'm just thinking in my head. 0.75. Yeah. How many milliliters is 1/3 cup of oil? Does this say? Yeah. Okay. We're adding the oil. I'm gonna trust. Trust and believe. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Alright. So no worry. Alright. Now what do we have? I screwed up my little order of operations. Oh yeah, and the yogurt. All right, let's see how much yogurt we've got. We've got 255 grams Greek yogurt. .9 US cups. Okay, so we're basically at almost 1 cup. A little bit less than 1 cup. To be honest, I'm really into like alternative like dairy things. I think that's really fun when you can get like goat's yogurt or sheep yogurt or whatever. And it says Greek yogurt, but this yogurt definitely has a Greek yogurt-like consistency. So it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. One of these days I'll get a metric measuring scale. All right. Minimize you. I'm gonna stir that in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, you guys. I haven't baked in ages. You have to let me know in the comments. Are you guys people that can like bake and then take a while to eat whatever you make, or are you people that eat it right away? I feel like for me it kind of depends on the mood I'm in and what I've baked. I'm gonna try to make, my goal is gonna be to save at least one piece of this until Andrea gets home. Okay, sift into the flour the bowl. Well, we don't have a sister, so that's not gonna happen, but that's all right. Flour. All right, let's do our metric converting. 250 grams flour. I'm guessing it's gonna be 1.7 cups. So I'm gonna need, well, I'm gonna need to wash out the two things that I've just done. So let me, guys, I figured out a new way, and I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter by telling you what I'm gonna do and then putting on a time lapse while I do it. So I am going to, wait, let me find my little instructions. So I'm adding the flour. I just added the flour. I'm gonna mix that in. I'm gonna mix in, so that was 2 cups. I'm gonna mix in the baking powder, which is whatever. I'll link the recipe so you guys can look it up. I'm gonna do flour, baking powder, and salt, and the tea leaves, which are ground already. So if you don't have ground tea leaves, make sure you grind them. But I'm gonna time lapse y'all because otherwise this will be long as hell. And then I'll check in once that's done. Alright, it's just gone into the oven, so that's all of the cake ingredients together, and I've just popped it in the oven at 180. It's gonna bake for 50 to 55 minutes, and I'm going to make some icing to go on the top. Alright, so we've got an update. The cake is baking, and I have made an icing here using powdered sugar, orange juice, and a little bit more of the sheep's yogurt, and it tastes really good. It's just like a hint of orange, which is really nice, and I'm really excited to put it on the cake when the cake is done. It's got about 10 minutes left, and then it will need to cool. All right, guys, it's been a busy cooking evening, so here's the finished cake. It ended up taking about an hour total, and I realized once I poured the icing on that it wasn't totally blended, but it's fine. It's just sugar. I did have a piece and it's pretty good. It's very tangy, so I would say if you don't like the tangy taste of yogurt, don't make this cake. And it wasn't a crazy strong tea flavor, so I don't know that I would make this recipe again, or if I did make it again, I would add more of the tea flavor, because for me, I didn't think that the tea was quite present enough in the flavoring, and I added 2 tablespoons of the ground tea leaves. So maybe next time I would add 3 tablespoons of the ground tea leaves, and then I think I would also add a bit more orange juice to the icing and a bit less yogurt, because I added some yogurt, orange juice, and sugar. That was the ingredients of the icing. And if I make it again, I'll definitely do more orange juice, less yogurt, and then in the cake, add a little bit more of the tea because I didn't get a ton of that. But all of that being said, it's not bad by any means. It's still a nice cake. It just doesn't have quite the like richness of flavor that I was hoping. Then, oh, I'm sorry, baby. Hi. Hi, my love. Then over here, I started making a pot of soup because if you don't know by now, I love a soup. And I felt like my tummy was feeling a little bit like bloated today. So I wanted something that would be like really warming for my tummy and nourishing. So I have added water and salt and oregano, and I'm steaming up the phone, but I added a bunch of veggies. We also had a lot of veggies that needed to be used in our fridge, and I love doing this with soup. And we had some little venison meatballs that we got that needed to be used, so I'm making a little meatball soup that has cabbage, mushrooms, potatoes, onions, garlic, oregano, salt, pepper, apple cider vinegar, water, and then the venison meatballs all in the same pot. And I'm just letting it cook for a while in that pot to get all of the flavors nice and combined and juicy and all that jazz. And that will be quite a few meals for me throughout the week. So I am excited about that. And I am super tired. Hi. You're so cute. You're the cutest creature to ever exist in the entire world. You are. You are, you are. Yeah, I'm starting to get very tired, so I think that very soon I'm gonna go to bed. The only thing that I didn't get done today was I did not make it to the gym, but that's all right. I'll go in the morning, and yeah. Thanks for spending your Sunday with me.